Hi everyone, welcome back to Vedic Life Coaching. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the Sidereal Vedic Astrology Outlook for the month of February. Now, we have started the year, and what a start to the year. It has been really intense out there in the world, and if we have a look at the news, of course, we've had Donald Trump in the United States just being really out there and active and doing all kinds of things. In my numerology outlook, which I recorded before the big news broke about the various things that Donald Trump has been doing at the start of the year, I did talk about the shadow side of the sun, and I talked about the fact that big egos were going to be, on display, or that this would be a very selfish time. It will be a time of big egos, and yeah, that is certainly what has been playing out on the world stage. We do have an exalted Mars in the sky, and that is big powerhouse energy, a lot of activity. So the year has started in a very intense way, and we'll get into it. We'll get into it in this report. So those of you who want to stay with me for a bit of introduction, you're very welcome. Equally, those of you who would like to just jump straight into your mini reports, please do so. There are going to be jump links for this entire video, so you can just jump into the bit that you want. I suggest you do that. Those of you who want to stick around for a bit of an introduction and a bit of a chat about what's coming up in Feb, you are welcome to stay on here. Let's take a look at some things. Actually, the first thing that I want to do is I want to just put up a correction on a slide that I made for the yearly outlook. So the yearly outlook, I'll point it above, and there's just one slide on there. I'll highlight basically where I made a little update, and I discovered this myself because I was putting all of these dates into my paper diary, and I discovered, I should have, yes, there's just a correction there, a very minor correction about the eclipses that are happening later in the year. So if you need to update something that you have put together on the basis of this, then you have the correction as well. And yeah, let's talk about the start of this year. I mean, one of the things I didn't mention in that numerology report, where I talk about the shadow side of the sun, and that it is, by the way, just really quickly, I'm just going to put this up on the screen. Donald Trump was wearing a yellow tie. Did anyone else notice that? So he's got the sun color going, right? So I thought that was interesting when I saw that, because he doesn't often wear yellow. I've not seen that. So yeah, maybe his advisors follow, the numerology. I don't know. But the other thing I didn't mention when I talked about the sun and the shadow side of the sun, which I should have mentioned, which I'm now realizing, is that things can get very expensive this year. And that was something that I discovered as I've been looking at some of the news headlines. And in fact, actually, I think it was this morning, I even saw a headline, something about inflation has gone up a little bit. So, but this is something you may also discover in your life as well, that this is an expensive year. And that's just something to bear in mind. So one of the shadow sides of a sun year is that it can be really expensive. It can be very creative, and you're able to make a lot of money, and you're engaged in the world a lot, but at the same time you're spending a lot in order to be able to do that. So bear that in mind as we go ahead across this year. It will be important to see if we can save money. I think next year is a moon year, and that should be better for savings. But then moon is interesting when it comes to money, because things can fluctuate. But moon, I have seen sometimes moon can be quite stable as well for finances. I've seen it being stable, but it can fluctuate a bit in a band. It can fluctuate. let's take a look at my notes for Feb 2026. What kind of a month do we have? Well, we're still going to have this exalted Mars energy, and that's really there until about 23rd Feb. But I mean, it's just exalted Mars energy. Exalted Mars doesn't always mean disasters or war or this kind of thing. I did point out when the danger zones were, and that was in the yearly video, which you can take a look at. Also, I think it was my January outlook where I said, you know, things will be very intense up until about, I think, mid-Jan would probably be what I said. What I'm observing in the collective's reaction to some of the things that have been going on out there, and this is a good thing that's happening. People, I've got here, awakened people are fighting back everywhere by using humor and by not taking things too seriously anymore. So I'll just put a picture up on the screen of this guy. I clicked on his video, and I think he said he's from Greenland or he's Danish or something like that, and I'll have to watch it again myself. I just watched it once, took a screen grab, and here I am talking about it. But the line that he said, which I loved, he said, "Missiles melt, but Huskies are forever." And I love that. And I mean, people are fighting back by not dipping into fear. And that's really, really, really important. And this is something that you and I can do. We can just not go into fear around these things. We can just not be freaked out. We can make fun of it. We can be lighthearted about it. We can just, everybody, keep our vibration as high as possible, light as possible. And yes, let's look. Let's use our awareness. Let's look at the things. Let's look at the darkness, because it's our looking. The light will dissolve the darkness. When we look at these things, it will dissolve. And what I am observing is that the darkness is getting sophisticated. It does. So when we evolve, I find that darkness does have to evolve too, and it has to get smarter to try and get one over on us. But what I am finding is that, yeah, people aren't going into fear quite as much. This is a sun year. Sun is bright and beautiful and positive. It is creative as well. And you'll see a lot of the world's best comedians, when you look at the build of their chart, they might have some strong fifth house activity. I know Robin Williams had his Rahu moon in the fifth house. And I'm sure he would have had some other fantastic Leo elsewhere. But, you know, Leo, fifth house, and being lighthearted and strong with things. It's like darkness can't do anything then, because what it wants is it wants us to live in fear. And we just have to not do that. So I've got here, it's a sun year. This is a year of creativity. It's also a year of humor as well, being lighthearted. And I have been observing that over the last, definitely when I think Saturn was moving through Capricorn and Aquarius, the 5 years from, say, for example, 2020 to 2025, you know, things haven't been so humorous or lighthearted, or, you know, there's been a real serious tone. But I think hopefully with the introduction of this number 1 year, the new 9-year cycle, yes, there has been talk of war right at the beginning, but people are not being dragged into drama and fear as easily. And I am observing that, which is really good. Now, this month in Feb, we've got an eclipse, and that is on Feb 17th. It is the start of the Chinese New Year, and I'm so excited. It is the year of the horse. Do we have any horse people in the community? I would love to know. Yeah, I've got here, we can expect forward momentum, improved physical energy, and a sense of heightened freedom. I think there is, I mean, obviously with the horse, the symbolism of the horse is, you know, we're moving forward. And this is a time to move forward now. And I think we're moving forward in a lot of ways. I know that, you know, from 2020 to 2025, and especially 2020 to 2023, all the lockdown, people were interacting with each other. But what I'm finding now is that people do, like, whatever we missed out on, say for example from 2020 to 2023, whatever we missed out on there in terms of meeting up and connecting and all that kind of thing, people are really making up for it now. And there is a thing happening, a movement happening in business where people want what is handmade. People want to meet up with each other. People want to do workshops again. People want to interact in person. There's a whole movement happening in that direction. People don't want to be stuck in front of screens, you know, and I think with a horse year, we're going to see a lot more people out and about, meeting up. There's going to be a whole different feel to this year, I do believe. It'll also be interesting to hear from you guys if you feel like the year has started for you. I know we talk about this each year, and sometimes I always say that, well, March is the time when I feel that the year has started. But for me, this year, the start of the year has happened. Like, I've been so busy since the start of the year, which is great. Thank you to everybody who's been booking. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to have all these bookings and have people come, especially returning customers. Gosh, that's always so wonderful to get to see you again and to see how things are going. So yeah, thank you for all the bookings. But I definitely feel like this year has started and there's a huge amount of energy. So I feel like by the time I get to March, I'm like, you know, I don't know, I'll have a lot more done by March as well, I suppose. So yeah, this is an interesting year for me. It's not starting later, but for some of you out there, you might feel the start of the year happens mid-Feb, because it's the start of the Chinese New Year, and as well, it's a big eclipse. So this eclipse really does have the power to clear the decks, clear out old energy, you know, a lot of old energies, old memories, old repeating patterns that can all just be cleansed and wiped out. And there's a sort of a reset feel to this Feb 17th eclipse. I'll be talking about that for every single sign, so don't worry, we're going to go into that in detail. I've got here at the start of the month, we've got a full moon in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. That's on the 1st of Feb. It is very much a moon kind of a month, is what I feel, especially because we start the month with the full moon there. Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra, so Ashlesha, of course, lorded by Mercury. I am wearing green today. It's a kind of mustardy green, but it's green because in honor of Mercury retrograde, which will happen at the end of Feb. So that is another thing that we've got coming. And of course, Ashlesha Nakshatra, lorded by Mercury as well. So I thought green would work today. I've got here Mars is exalted for the whole month to Feb 23. So there is that big exalted Mars, powerful energy in the sky, which, yes, that can have collective implications, but for each one of us personally, it is healthy masculine energy that we can use to do lots of stuff. So focus on your own life and how you want to use that exalted Mars energy. That'll be the best way to see that Mars energy. We've got the inner planets surrounding Rahu for most of the month. So how, due to that we've got all these inner planets around Rahu, and we've got a solar eclipse happening on that Rahu side, how I'm seeing this month is that there's something futuristic about this month. We're building the future. So I've got here, this is a month where you can be jumped forward, or you are concentrating your energy on new things. Perhaps you are feeling a future that doesn't exist yet for you, but it's going to. Okay, so this can be a very positive month, right? See if you can feel that positive new future that wants to come in for you. There's something incredible and wonderful and new, and but it's like maybe you're just feeling the feelings of it in Feb. But I would say as an activity, do that. See if you can do that, because there's something very futuristic about the month. It's a reflective moon kind of a month as well. Moon energy is huge this month, and it's a good time to be reflective, to be thinking about your own life, and also be thinking about what new beginnings would you really like to invite into your life. That's going to be a good thing to do this month. I've got here, you might be creating new things, starting new ventures, planting seeds, growing something. Some real fresh new energy here. Jupiter is aspecting his energy onto Rahu and the eclipse energy, so powerful new beginnings are going to receive that Jupiterian blessing energy as well. So I'm really liking the look of this eclipse, actually. The eclipse that I'm not so excited about, or could be challenging energy, that's the 3rd of March. Okay, so that eclipse could be difficult. I'm not liking the look of that one so much, but the one that's coming in Feb, I'm liking the look of that. The energy looks positive and new and fresh and good to me. We do have an exalted Mars just next door to the activity of the eclipse, but it's not aspecting in, it's not causing trouble. So I'm quite liking the look. Actually, I mean, if I just take a look now, I'm just sort of realizing something in my mind. There might be a bit of hemming going on. So I just want to have a look at that here. But what I would say, so I'm just going to bring it up. Whoa, okay. I've just discovered this right now. I'm glad I thought about it, because I thought, oh, is there a little bit of a Papkatri situation going on / hemming? There is. This could be very intense. This could, yeah. So even though Mars is not aspecting in, Saturn's not aspecting in, but there is a Papkatri just around all the planets where that eclipse is happening. So that there could be some very intense energy here. And I will say take extra care. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I have got all the eclipse days blocked off in my calendar and in my paper diary. So I make sure I don't do any readings on these days. I keep it a sort of low activity day. So if you're able to do the same, I would say do that. And I would also say take care with this energy. But I still think this is a futuristic, and I still feel the positivity that I've just talked about. And the reason I like this eclipse is because we've got Mercury, Venus, Sun and Moon and Rahu. They're all there. I like this because these are all the nice planets, and they're receiving aspect from Jupiter as well. So I just see there's a beautiful energy in here. But there is Mars and Saturn on either side. So there is a Papkatri happening on this eclipse. That is fascinating. This is one to watch. I'll be watching to see what happens for sure. There could be intensity, there could be challenge and difficulty here. There could be. So yeah, okay, I'm glad. Thank you to whatever just came and made me look at that, because I wasn't looking at that yesterday when I was putting these notes together. That is interesting. And one of you had asked about the chart of Dan Andrews, would I take a look at it? And I just want to say, yes, I would take a look. I think this comment was left maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And as soon as I saw it, I really wanted to take a look. But I also knew that I've got the yearly to do and the numerology video to do, and I had all these other videos to do. And I thought what I'll do is I'll just save the Dan Andrews bit to chat about when, you know, and I was thinking Feb, I'd probably get time to talk about it. And yes, there is time to chat about it. So some of you might be wondering who Dan Andrews is. Now, we've got quite a varied audience here. We've got people who are based in the United States. We've got people who are in India. We've got people who are in England. We've got people who are in China and Japan. Hello to my viewers there. We've got people in South America. We've got people everywhere, basically. And we've got a lot of Australians as well. So the Aussies, I think, will enjoy hearing about this. But for those of you who don't know anything about Australian politics, we had a guy in power in Victoria. He ran the state of Victoria. Now, he ran the state of Victoria, I didn't know this, but from like 2014 to 2023. I knew he was in power from 2020 to 2023 because that's when I first heard about him. But I didn't know he was in power for quite a bit before that. And I know about him from 2020 to 2023 because he was far too strict with the people of Victoria when it came to lockdown laws and you know, how Victorians were treated at that time was, I think, really, really, really bad. I think it was the worst in the world. I know that people remember that time, and people remember that Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand was extremely strict, and she was terrible. And I'm going to say terrible, that is my opinion. So it's all right. Some of you, I think, like what she did and so that's your opinion, and that's good too. But my opinion was that she was terrible and she was too strict in New Zealand. So a lot of people around the world know that New Zealand was not a place to be. But Dan Andrews was like that, what Jacinda Ardern was, but I think 10 times worse. I think the people who suffered the most in the entire world from 2020 to 2023 were people living in Melbourne. I definitely think people living in Melbourne, but I think it would have been all of Victoria. Okay, so let's look at the chart of the man who made the conditions so severe in Victoria from 2020 to 2023. I've got his moon chart here, and by the way, I tried recording this earlier, but I'm doing this now. I've finished the whole video and I'm just recording this now. So if the lighting looks different, that's why. Because the first time I recorded it, my voice actually packed up. So I've decided, okay, I'm just going to do a retake. This is my second go at this, but I'll try and be efficient as well because this is going to be a big video. But from what I've got here, I've got his moon chart. I don't have his ascendant. If I had his ascendant, I'd be able to talk about quite a few more things. But from the moon chart, I'll just share with you what I see. I'm kind of working with 50% information here. So just to let you know that I'm not, I don't have everything. But one thing I am looking up, I'm looking up his Sarvashtaka Virgo point score. And I'm seeing that in Capricorn, he's running low points. And I'll bring that up on the screen and you'll see that it's red. The figure there is 24 and it's in red. So it means he's running on empty. So you can kind of think it's like he's got low fuel at this time, if you know what I mean. And when I see that, his Saturn is transiting, so Saturn is transiting through Capricorn. He's running on low fuel. Let's actually have a look in the animated transits. Yeah, this was a career time for him, and a time where he was building the future. We've got sort of Saturn is passing over natal Rahu, but it's 10th from the moon. So this is a significant career time. But he's running such low points. And what I would say here is that across that pandemic time, 2020 to 2023, he allowed people higher up to quite literally dictate and tell him what to do. So perhaps he was reading scripts that whole time. Now, was he acting out of his own free will? I think there is an issue in this birth chart. So here's what I see when I look at, here's a couple of things I see. So here's somebody who from childhood, I think in childhood, in the Venus Mahadasha, Venus is conjunct Saturn. Venus is second from the moon. When I look at the build of his second house from the moon, I can see that childhood was a very restricted time for him. Financially, very restricted. So perhaps he grew up in a very tight circumstances, didn't have a lot of money, but this is a man who's got a love of money. Okay, so he's got Venus in Taurus in the second house. He loves money, but grew up in very tight circumstance regarding money. When I look at mother and father, sun and moon, or when I look at fourth lord and ninth lord. Now, ninth lord is in fantastic shape from the moon. Unfortunately, I can't see from the ascendant, so I can't really talk too much about mother and father. But what I see from the moon chart is I see that, to me, things look okay with dad, but I might change my opinion on that if I see the ascendant chart. Things are looking okay with dad, but the relationship with mother is actually not in good shape at all. Or another way this could be manifesting, if relationship with mother was okay, because I can't see the ascendant chart, but let's just say, all right, I'll just deal with what I see here. What I am seeing here is a huge conflict, an internal conflict that is totally hidden when you look at houses 1 and 4. Because 1, we've got the moon in the first house, and in the fourth house, that's lorded by the moon. And we've got Mars and Mercury seated there. So what I'm seeing is a massive internal conflict around his own masculine energy, what it means to be a man, but also I would say that there could be an internal conflict around gender and what gender does he like as well. So, I mean, there's basically what I'm seeing through this chart is a huge internal conflict that I suspect he doesn't touch that at all. And I think what he does touch, we've got Rahu in Capricorn. So Rahu in Capricorn people, when I look at the very shadow side of a Rahu in Capricorn person, that's a person who loves the establishment. They love money. Money is God. And sometimes these people, they're always thinking up business ideas and, I want to do this business, I want to do that business, they're just about business and money. They're not really about very much else. If it's shadow expression, okay, of the Rahu in Capricorn. The other thing that he's got is with his ninth lord seated in the ninth, and that's Jupiter there. And I feel like he loves being in power. He loves, but he loves the powerful. He loves the powerful people above him and will do anything for them. Because when I've looked at childhood and mother and father, and when I look at houses 1 and 4, and that it's a parivartana exchange happening there as well. And it's like, but the moment he touches even a toe in there, I feel like he doesn't like it and he gets out. And he's happy being in his Rahu house, and he's happy being in Jupiter and Sag in the ninth, and he's happy being there. And he's happy, that's where love is for him. It's, and I think growing up in that limited childhood, I think he was also like, I never want to be in that situation again. And I think, because when you look at the ninth lord, ninth house, that's superb. That's really beautiful. And that's fortune, and but I would say it's love of the establishment, and love of the big daddy, the people above him, he'll do anything for them. And that is what I see from the moon chart. But if I had access, say for example, to his time, and I could see ascendant, then I could talk more about more things with more credibility as well. At the moment, I'm just able to see a little bit from the moon chart. I'm not able to speak too much. The other thing I would say as well is Pluto is in Virgo. So again, another huge energy, love of rules as well. A Mercury Ketu signature, you will see that sometimes Mercury Ketu signature can mean that the person will like their own gender, or they'll like both genders. So there's that. But equally, these are people who, they love rules and they respect rules as well. But Mars being debilitated as it is, and in a Parivartana exchange with a feminine energy, it's like so the masculine side is debilitated, but it's being lauded by a feminine energy, and it's in Parivartana exchange with a feminine energy. It's like there's it's like, where is the healthy masculine energy here? Is kind of not there, or it's muted, or it's confused. It's definitely confused. The masculine energy is confused. The other thing is that we don't have any Aquarian energy in here. There is in D10. Let's have a look at D9. No, but not in D9. So, although there is Pluto in there, but I don't know. To me, this is a person who is too internally conflicted to have feeling for the fellow man. I think that's how I'm going to phrase that, and that's how I see this chart. So thank you so much for the question. It's been really interesting to take a look, and I can see when I looked at those Sarvashtaka Virgo points and I saw that, wow, he's running on empty across 2020 to 2023. I feel like he might have been a shell of a man just reading scripts is kind of what I see. But I mean, I don't want to be, but that is what I see. But I can't read everything because I don't have the precise time. Maybe if I had the precise time, I would be able to, I would change what I have to say, or say other things or more things. I don't know. But off the back of the moon chart, that's what I see. All right, so let's take a look at the mini reports for this month. We're going to have a look at the eclipse for absolutely everyone. So welcome Aries. Aries, welcome. So this is Aries ascendant, Aries moon, or Aries sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. What do we have going on, Aries? Well, we've got Venus and Mercury in 11th house, Aquarius. They're going to be there with Rahu. The sun is going to join mid-month onwards. So this is wonderful social energy for you this month. It's great for meeting new people. It's good for earning money. It's good for being recognized by peers. Perhaps you're going to have an influx of clients come through, or more activity. This is a bit of glow up energy as well. You are looking good and feeling good this month. Now on the 1st of Feb, we've got a full moon happening in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening for you in your 4th house. So it's quite interesting because we've got that bright full moon lit there in the 4th, but we've got a lot of planets that will be there opposite. So I've got here, you will be able to see and act on fine details connecting in with work or with family. So all that line is going to be lit up for you, and you will be able to, there's something about you getting a lot of information. And there could be a completion, a significant completion at work or at home, or in relationship with mother, anything like that. Now 17th of Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanishta Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. So this is a renewal of your connection to wealth. Could be a renewal in relation to how you bring new opportunities into your life. something about that wealth house, that opportunities house. I mean, it's quite a touch point. A lot of people interact with that 11th house. There's something about that just getting a reset. It's like everything will be cleared and renewed right there. And that's important for money making, your connection to wealth, but your connection to how wealth comes into your life. That is getting a total renewal. But here, equally, you could be jumped forward regarding finances or opportunities. So, and there is intensity here because yes, we've got Mars on one side, but we've got Saturn on the other side. So this is an intense Papkatri kind of eclipse. This is quite full on. Basically, all the planets are up around that Rahu side. So there's some serious, but it's to do with the future. And you're being jumped forward, or there's a future focus. And this can be the kind of eclipse that we don't feel the effects of until much later. We might be able to look back and pin it back to this time. So yeah, especially if you've got planets on this line, you'll be particularly impacted. I've got here, take extra care of your children at this time. Avoid rush energy, especially at work. Absolutely. So Aries, that is what I have for you. A powerful month. A good time, if you around the middle of the month, if you don't have to do as much, that's a good thing. Okay, keep the schedule a bit lighter around that time. That's going to be ideal. All right, well, thank you so much, Aries. We are now going to welcome Taurus. Taurus, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Taurus Ascendant, Taurus Moon, or Taurus Sun, as per the Sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So let's take a look at the activity that's happening around Rahu. It's very much all about Rahu this month. Venus and Mercury are going to be in 10th house Aquarius with Rahu. The Sun will be joining this congregation mid-month onwards. So there's a lot of focus in your 10th house. This is excellent work energy. It's a great time to be loving what you do and showing what you are capable of. Maybe you're showcasing your skills at work, or putting yourself out there to get new work. There's something about doing work with artistry or some kind of style or flair that is uniquely your own. Perhaps you're just putting more attention to how things are presented this month. And I've got here, perhaps you are dressing differently or presenting yourself in a new or creative way as well. And this could be a time where you change something up about how you present yourself. But equally, this is a very intense eclipse, so you might want to take care with that experimental energy as well. Now on the 1st of Feb, we've got a full moon in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house. So you will see all the fine details relating to a subject that you study. And you will have energy to act on something relating to higher education or your skills. Something might complete with a friend or a sibling on this full moon. So that's on the 1st of Feb. And on the 17th of Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 10th house. So your profession, career, or how you are seen in the world can get a complete overhaul with this eclipse. This eclipse is intense. It can be that, that 10th house of yours could just be completely cleared out. The energy of it can be cleared out, okay? So it's energetic. It doesn't have to, I've been through so many eclipses where nothing happens to me physically. All right, so it's not like something has to happen physically. It's the energetic house. It's the house that receives the energy. That house, whoosh, it's just getting a big old clear out. So it's like your career house is energetically getting a clear out. So if you think about it, when we're looking at the energy, it's like memories and feelings and thoughts. And, you know, if we look at a house in that way, all of that energy can just be cleared out at this time. And that's great. The things that are meant to stay will stay. So your skills, what you love to do, your career, your profession, that will all stay, that will all remain. But it's like any energetic debris, that can all be cleared out on this eclipse. I've got here, if you have been working hard with few rewards, this eclipse can truly jump you forward career-wise, or it can just bring in more light into that career sector. It can clear out old debris. So this is really good energy. I've got here, a good time to stop doing work that no longer suits you. You can aid the process by looking at what work you do and figuring out, okay, do you know what, that particular thing that I do, nobody cares about it, so I just won't do it, right? It's like, you know, that's not making any impact. I'll stop doing that task. And then there's room for newer, better tasks to come in, kind of thing. So that is something you could be doing. Taurus, I'm excited for you. I hope everything goes fine on this eclipse. Take care of yourself. We are now going to welcome Gemini. Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So we've got a lot of planets that are going to congregate around Rahu, making this quite a future focused sort of a month. So we're going to have Venus and Mercury go into the 9th house in Aquarius. Rahu is there, and the Sun will join mid-month onwards. So we've got quite a congregation happening in your 9th house. So this is about mastery or control over your own life. That is going to be what's in focus this month. Now, where you are in terms of your skills will become obvious, and what you need to know to get to your destination will become clear. It will become clear, okay, I need to learn these skills if I'm to do that kind of work. That you will figure out what's missing and what you need. I've got here, you might start a course of further or higher study. That could begin at this time. That could definitely begin after the 17th of Feb, after the eclipse. So let's take a look at the moon situation. So on the 1st of Feb, there's a full moon in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra, happening in your 2nd house. So something could complete connecting in with your family. Equally, something could complete regarding long-term wealth or shared assets. And you might discover some new information about your finances or family relationships. There might be some new information that becomes clear to you at this time, and that will help with decision making later on. 17th Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse, Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 9th house. We're back in that 9th house there. So I've got here, if you have worked hard in the past, skilling up in some area, you might be jumped forward, you might be promoted at this time. There is a Papkatri happening here. So I would say take extra care, especially if you are an advisor or any of that. It's like maybe you don't want to be doing too much of that kind of work on the 17th of Feb. That is something I will say. So if you're some kind of consultant, advisor, expert, maybe you don't want to be doing too much work there on the 17th of Feb. If you can schedule that to a different day, that might be better. But if you can't, keep doing your work. It'll be all right. But yeah. I've got here, a new platform is being cleared for you. You will have the courage to step up and lead. Yeah. It's interesting I said that as you will have the courage to step up and lead, because how I've written it is, will you? I've written as a question, will you have the courage to step up and lead? But I've just come in here and said, no, you will. You will. So that's interesting. But that could be something. There will be more leadership energy available to you after this eclipse. Absolutely. Gemini, it's looking like a good time, a powerful time. Take care. Take care if you're traveling. I may not want to travel on the 17th of Feb. I'll just throw that in there as well. If you have to travel, do travel, but take extra time, check in with your intuition. It'll all be fine. It'll all be fine. But just stating that there. All right, well, thank you so much for joining, Gemini. We are now going to welcome Cancer. Cancer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Cancer Ascendant, Cancer Moon, or Cancer Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So what have we got going on, Cancer? Well, we're going to have a lot of planets hanging out there with Rahu in the 8th house. So we're going to have Venus and Mercury go into the 8th house, Aquarius. We're going to have the Sun come in mid-month onwards. So the congregation is really happening in your 8th house. So I've got here, your psychic and occult gifts will be energized at this time. There's a lot of extra starlight there. So, you know, you might even be a bit more psychic at this time. This is a great time for discovering insights about your own life and those who are close to you. You might be especially insightful about people in your life. You will just see what's going on for them. They might ask you questions and want your help as well. Now, new ideas and downloads will be there for your creativity, for your artistic side as well. Beautiful time for you to be creative and artistic. You can just get some me time, some cozy cave time to do something creative. That would be amazing. Now, 1st of Feb, there's a full moon, Cancer, Ashlesha, Nakshatra. It's happening in your 1st house. So you will have great visibility on a lot of fine detail relating to both your life path and significant partnerships in your life. Even the person you're married to, you might just get a lot of insights and information that's going to be really pertinent to that relationship. I've got here, this is about fine details and not so much about the bigger picture. You will be analytical about relationships and life. So that's around the 1st of Feb. And then on the 17th of Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra, in that powerful 8th house of yours. So I've got here certain family relationships and or your psychic abilities can be rebooted and totally refreshed at this time. This is major. We've also got this, Saturn is next door. This is a bit of a Papkatri type. This is like a squeeze energy happening here. So you might feel squeezed even. Maybe there's a lot of demands on you or something like this. This could be very intense. But thankfully, this is a time where there is an eclipse energy happening right in the middle. So there's something being cleared out. There's energies being cleared. Old energies, perhaps that have been holding you back, those are going to just break and release at this time. So Cancer, take care of yourself. Take care if you're traveling, any of that. And yeah, you might want to take it easy on the 17th of Feb there. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, I wouldn't do too much on the 17th of Feb if I could avoid it. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Leo. Leo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Leo Ascendant, Leo Moon, or Leo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. Let's take a look, Leo. What is going on? So we've got Venus and Mercury. They're going to be in 7th house Aquarius there with Rahu. Basically, all the planets are going to come along and congregate around Rahu, and that's happening in your 7th house. The Sun will join mid-month onwards. So this could be a busy time with other people for you. There might be lots of different people wanting your time and attention. Now you have very good creative and artistic energy to express yourself beautifully at this time. Perhaps you're expressing yourself stylishly to all the people that are coming into your life at that time. So, but equally, this is artistic energy to express yourself. This could also be to your audiences if you run social media platforms or any of that. I've got here, reduce expectations of your partner if you are coupled up. If you are in, yes, a romantic connection, see if you can just reduce your expectations of that person across this month. If you can do that, you're going to have a really good month. Now, 1st of Feb, there's a full moon, Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 12th house. So it might be harder to sleep on this full moon night. That is a possibility. And one of you in the comments did say something about, I can't remember, but there was a supplement that helped. I think it was magnesium, so just bear that in mind. That might help you to sleep. But I've got here, you will have lots of insights about fine details regarding your work or worldly matters that are important to you right now. So there's something about you, getting a lot of fine details around the 1st of Feb. Something's illuminating. Something could be closing out regarding work as well. Something could be completing regarding work. Let's have a look. 17th. Also, another thing that could be closing out, something spiritual. Perhaps a spiritual thing that you've been working on internally that could be completing on the 1st of Feb full moon. And on the 17th of Feb, there is a new moon. I'm just looking at the camera battery. It is flashing. What I'll do is I'll start anew. Hi Leo, I think we got cut when I was just about to talk about the new moon solar eclipse. So 17th Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra, happening in your 7th house. So your partnerships, business, friendships, romantic relationship, they can be massively renewed at this time. Now this can be a time where people are quite literally cut out of your life. That is a possibility. So just bear that in mind. I've got here, allow old energies to be released. There are fresh new beginnings possible in love and in business for you. Okay, but this is an intense eclipse because there is a Papkatri. Saturn is in Pisces. So I'm only just thinking about that now. I put my notes together yesterday, but I'm like, oh, there's a Papkatri here. So this is very intense, this eclipse. So I would say take care. Take care if you're traveling or any of that. Try not to do too much on the 17th of Feb if possible. All right. Thank you so much, Leo, for joining. We are now going to welcome Virgo. Virgo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Moon, or Virgo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now we're going to have a lot of planets congregate around Rahu in Aquarius. I've got here Venus and Mercury are in 6th house Aquarius with Rahu and will be joined by the Sun mid-month onwards. Basically all those fast-moving planets are coming up around Rahu. They're going to be there in your 6th house. So you have got actually incredible energy to win this month. You could win in a competition, you could win a debate, you could win a legal case. Equally, there could be a lot of critical energy at this time because this isn't the artist combination, and there could be criticism of your output. I've got here, equally you will be sharp and able to critique the work of others, so you might be extra critical across this month, but people could be critical of you. So bear that in mind, and it could be coming from a place of maybe they're admiring you, maybe it's good, positive criticism, but equally it could be, it could be some challenge involved there as well. Now on the 1st of Feb, there's a full moon in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. So something is completing regarding your children, could be regarding your friends or older siblings, and you might discover new information or find details about these very relationships. There's something about you seeing a lot more fine detail about something than you saw before. And on the 17th of Feb, there's a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra. It's happening in that powerful 6th house of yours. So your work sector could be getting a total reboot at this time, a total refresh, reboot. And I've got here, it's an excellent time to let go of old habits at work that aren't adding to your growth or success. So perhaps you could use some of that criticism energy and to look critically at your own work life and to figure out, do you know what, that task that I'm always doing, nobody cares about it, so I'm going to stop doing it. It's that kind of thing where you can look critically at what you're doing every day and, okay, people like this thing, I'll keep doing that. People don't like that, or they don't even know I'm doing it. maybe let's stop doing that, or whatever it is that you need to figure out. We've got that kind of energy here where you can get yourself, you can optimize yourself and your days and your life. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. We are now going to welcome Libra. Libra, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Libra Ascendant, Libra Moon, or Libra Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now we're going to have a lot of the faster moving planets are all going to congregate around Rahu. We're going to have Venus and Mercury step into 5th house Aquarius for you, and Rahu is there. Now Sun will join mid-month onwards, so everybody's going to be hanging out there in 5th house. So I've got here, this is a time to be innovative and future focused and future thinking with regards to your financial investments, or maybe you are finally getting some time to be with your kids, which would be wonderful, or to work on creative projects that you love. There's something about there being focus on your creativity, your children, and definitely your financial investments as well. Got here, this is, excellent energy to play and have fun with your kids. Fantastic romantic energy is in the air as well. So if you are single, this is all very good. You might find that there is more activity when it comes to romance, which is great. Now on the 1st of Feb, full moon, there's Cancer Ashlesha Nakshatra. Full moon is happening there in your 10th house. So something is completing at work, or something is completing, it could be at home or in relationship with your mother. I've got here equally, you will be able to see the fine details regarding something at home. Could be to do with your physical home or your belongings. Equally, there could be something revealed, fine details about a project at work. A project at work could complete as well. That's another possibility here. Now on the 17th of Feb, there is a new moon, solar eclipse, happening in Aquarius Dhanishta Nakshatra. It's happening in your 5th house. So your heart space will be getting a total renewal. It's a great time to let the universe help you clear out old memories, and this is a time where you can grow beyond anything in your heart space that was keeping you stuck. If there's some old memories, perhaps there's something you're holding on to from the past, and this can be a time where that just gets cleared out. And don't worry, anything that is love is forever. That stays. Love stays. But anything that's not loving can be cleared out of your life at this time. Okay, so, and that could be memories, it could be a dynamic, a pattern, a habit, something like this, and something in your heart space, some old thing that's holding you back, that could be cleared out at this time. So take care on the 17th of Feb there, Libra. If you don't have to do too much on that day, that's a good thing. Thank you so much for being here. We are now going to welcome Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Moon, or Scorpio Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now we're going to have a lot of planets. The fast-moving planets are going to congregate around Rahu in Aquarius. So that's Venus and Mercury. They're going to be there in 4th house Aquarius with Rahu, and the Sun will join mid-month onwards. So you will have energy and inspiration to redecorate your living space. Now, if you want, you can make your living space more beautiful. There's something about you loving being at home. Maybe you're clutter clearing. It's a great time for clutter clearing your physical stuff. Looking after it, cleaning, clutter clearing. But I would say on the 17th of Feb, don't do too much. But for the rest of the month, there's some focus at home, and maybe you're organizing, redecorating, clutter clearing. I've got here, if there's something at home that requires fine, precise work, you have the energy to get it done. Now on the 1st of Feb, there's a full moon in Cancer Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 9th house. So something might be completing regarding your studies, regarding relationship with your father, could be regarding siblings or cousins. Equally, your mind will be illuminated on this day, and you will know what skills or knowledge is missing regarding where you want to go and what you want to do in life. Basically, you will get an idea as to, okay, if I want to be in that place in 10 years' time, I need to learn all these skills. You're going to be clear about that, and you might even start taking some steps towards making that happen. Or this could be a time where, but there's a lot of light here, and there's a lot of fine details here, but you're becoming clear about something on that 1st of Feb full moon. And then on the 17th of Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, the Nakshatra. This is huge. This is really, really big energy. I've got here, you can expect a total renewal connected in with home, or your relationship with mother, or your relationship with how you nurture yourself. There's something about you're getting a renewal in all of these things. A renewal at home. Just as simple as that, a renewal at home. Something is renewing in your home, to do with your home, your connection to home, all of that. It's getting a renewal. Big energy there, Scorpio. So take extra care on the 17th of Feb. If you don't have to do as much on that day, that's a good thing. All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Scorpio. And we are now going to welcome Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Sagittarius Ascendant, Sagittarius Moon, or Sagittarius Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now we're going to have a lot of planets congregate around Rahu this month. And that's for you, 3rd house Aquarius. So Venus and Mercury are going to be there. The Sun will join mid-month onwards. So this is excellent energy to acquire new work, new jobs, new clients. This could be quite social. You might have a lot of people that you interact with across the month of Feb. You are presenting yourself with style and with flair. People will love your ideas and what you have to say. So get out there and share what you have to share. This is a good time for communicating and sharing what you have. Now there's a full moon on the 1st of Feb in Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 8th house. So you might be especially psychic at this time. Make a note of your dreams. You might discover something new regarding money, finances, or certain family members. Something's going to become clear, and you're getting information or fine detail about, as I said, money, finances, or certain family members. Yeah, it's an interesting full moon, this one. Now on the 17th of Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, the Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house. So that big 3rd house of yours there, it's amazing. It's getting quite a reboot at this time. So your confidence and your mind could get a reboot at this time. I've got here, if you want a renewal at this time, it's here. Now all you have to do is be sure to let go of old memories, old habits, old ways, because you see the 3rd house is abstract. We're dealing with the abstract world, so the energies are going to be impacted and cleared. This may not impact your physical life at all. I've had so many eclipses where nothing happens. So nothing might happen physically or in the physical, but in the abstract, it's your courage that is getting a total reboot, your confidence, your mind, and old memories, old habits, old ways. These can all be cleared out. Anything that's holding you back can be cleared out, especially for you, Sagittarius, because that is the mind, is the 3rd house there. So yeah, if there are any energies that need to go, that can go at this time. I'm excited for you, Sag. Take extra care on the 17th of Feb. Thank you so much for joining. All right, we're going to welcome Capricorn. Capricorn, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. This is Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Moon, or Capricorn Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now we've got Venus and Mercury. They're going to be there around Rahu. We've got here Venus, Mercury, they're going to be in second house Aquarius with Rahu. They'll be joined by the sun. So there's quite a congregation of planets happening around Rahu. So this is putting the focus on your finances, your long-term wealth, your family, even like your diet and what you eat. I've got here, all these planets here will provide new inspiration to be creative and maybe bring new ideas to make your diet more healthy. Or you're being creative with your diet, or you're inspired. You're like, oh my God, I could make this thing that's actually really healthy and really quick and easy to make, and it's really tasty too. Maybe you get, there's a reinvigoration in that area of your life there. I've got here, you'll be inspired to look after yourself better than ever. You'll get new ideas, yeah. Now 1st of Feb, there's a full moon. I mean, maybe you could be clearing out your fridge. Do you know what I mean? We're having an eclipse here on the 17th of Feb, so it might be like you just clear out your fridge, like all the little bits with foil, and you open it and oh my God, how did I forget about that? Maybe your fridge is getting a clear out on the 17th of Feb. I don't know. Clear out the fridge. We got to do it. We got to do it. Maybe you actually defrost your freezer. I don't know. This could be it. There's something here, Capricorn. I don't know. All right, 1st of Feb. I did not think about that because we're in the area of food. We're in the second house here, so that's why I'm thinking like this. And nobody else gets this advice, so you know you're getting the special stuff here. All right, so 1st of Feb, there's a full moon in Cancer Ashlesha Nakshatra in your 7th house. So you might be a bit more psychic regarding your significant others in life. If there's a business partner that you work with every day, or maybe your spouse, or whoever it is, a significant person in your life, you will be a bit psychic in relation to them. Well, here you will gain a lot of information and insights about your own life and your own life path at this time as well. Where you're headed, where you need to go, what you need to do, all of that. Now, 17th Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius Danish Nakshatra. We're back in the second house. So what is the eclipse going to do here? Well, I think it's going to renew your financial health at this time. I've got here, what beliefs about money have been holding you back? Have you been in any form of lack mentality, lack mindset? Have you, I've got here, how would you like to feel regarding big wealth and money? What would you like that side of your life to look like? I've got here, this is an excellent time to plant new seeds for financial and material abundance. And I mean, the goal isn't always that, oh, I want to be like a great big millionaire, or no, that's not it. The goal is, can I really feel that God supports me and that there is no lack in my life? And can I feel full and abundant with exactly what I have right now? That kind of thinking is always great. And a deep acknowledgement and awareness that God lives in precision, not in too much abundance and not in too much lack. That's that thing there. Yeah, I've got here an excellent time to plant new seeds for financial and material abundance. Absolutely. Just getting the right mindsets that are right for you. And the other thing is, you can be spiritual and have tons of money. That is possible. So I'm not saying don't wish for millions of dollars or something. I'm not saying that either. But it's like finding a connection with your own natural abundance. It's just that you know you're always going to be okay. Yeah. Aquarius, Capricorn, sorry, I just jumped ahead. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm looking at the time. We're okay. Oh, it's a big one, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. This is huge for you. Like, I'm just looking at the eclipse line and I'm factoring in, I haven't got the fact that Saturn's there in Pisces. This is a Papkatri energy. This is intense. So what do we have for the whole month? Well, we've got Venus and Mercury are going to be in first house Aquarius with Rahu. The sun's going to join mid-month onwards. So you are in focus this month. Your life path, who you are, what you want to do, what you want to become, all of this is in focus. And all of this is going to be impacted by the eclipse. I've got here, you have excellent energy to visualize the future long term. Definitely journal some ideas and don't be afraid to dream bigger than what you think is possible. Put down on paper if you can this month, like even just on the back of a napkin while you're having a coffee. I don't know, but just put down somewhere some big crazy dream or big crazy goal that you'd love to attain. I feel like, because you're going to get a clear out and that seed is going to be planted. So plant the seed. Plant a seed, Aquarius. This is the biggest seed planting time possible. There's a Papkatru on either side. Like it's a hemming. Like there's Mars, in Capricorn on one side and there's Saturn in Pisces on the other. And then there's an eclipse right in the middle. So there's a squeezing that's happening with the eclipse. There's an eclipse, but there's a squeezing energy that's happening on either side. So maybe that seed gets planted deep into the ground. I don't know, but this is something quite incredible. And Aquarius, this is your time. This is huge for you. So let's have a look. Now, but I can't predict and say what's going to happen. But I know this is really big for you. Now, 1st Feb, there's a full moon, Cancer Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 6th house. So something might be completing at work. Equally, you will gain a lot of spiritual insights in a lot of fine detail at this time. It's a great time. It's a great month for journaling, taking your journal to a little cafe, having some time, look at the world, go past through the window, but equally reflect into your inner world and write down some things about what's happening for you. So I've got here, you are extra insightful this month, and especially around the 1st of Feb with all that bright full moonlight. And that is illuminating, that line, the 6-12 line. You might even get some health insights or something that is going to help you going forward. That one tiny change that you make, but it's revolutionary for your health, something like that. So you might learn something about health. 17th Feb, we've got new moon, solar eclipse, Aquarius Dhanisha Nakshatra happening in your 1st house. So I've got here, this is your eclipse. I've got here, your entire life path could be getting an upgrade at this time. I've got here, don't feel like you have to do much. And the results of this eclipse might be something you experience several years from now. So it might not be something that impacts you in the physical at all. I have so many eclipses that they do nothing for me physically. They just come and go and, but energetically, I do get shifted and upgraded and moved. And yeah, I just got the phrase in my head just now, something about like you're being upgraded to business class or something like that. It's like you're getting an upgrade. Yeah, there's something nice, I think. Because it's Venus and Mercury, the artist combo. We've got Jupiter casting blessing into this eclipse as well. And I think the Papkatru on either side is just intensifying the whole thing, but I don't think there's going to be any problem, but take care still. I mean, 17th Feb, I've got it blocked off in my diary. I'm sure I do. That I'm not going to do too much. Actually, let's have a look. What day is that? Just have a look while I've got the Aquarians with me. Okay, that looks like a Tuesday. Yeah, well, that's blocked off anyway. That's good. Yeah. So I haven't got any sessions on that day. But it's Tuesday. Aquarius, I'm wishing you well. Take extra care around this eclipse. And you can always let me know how you get on in the comments. We are now going to welcome Pisces. Pisces, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. It's big time, Pisces. We've got an eclipse in the middle of the month, so that's pretty huge. And I mean, the eclipse orb, we can consider it to be sort of a week or two either side of the eclipse. So if we think about it, this whole month, which is a shorter month of Feb, is really just eclipse month, you know. It's like, it's so huge, this energy. We're going to have a lot of the faster moving planets congregate around Rahu. So Venus and Mercury are going to enter 12th house Aquarius. Rahu will be there. Sun will join mid-month onwards. So you will have fantastic spiritual insights at this time regarding all aspects of your own life, especially love, work, and your creativity. It's an insightful time for you. Your dream state might be very active. You might get a lot of ideas, you know, concepts. I've got here, this is a time where fully formed concepts might come to you from beyond the veil. You might just be given a whole idea or a whole, you know, segment of something to do, or yeah, it's quite incredible energy. I've got here, note down ideas or downloads at this time across this month. Now, 1st of Feb, we've got a full moon, Cancer, Ashlesha Nakshatra, happening in your 5th house. So again, your creativity is massively illuminated at this time. It's a really great time to spend with your children. Equally, you can see new ideas, and I've got in brackets, these new ideas may even earn you money. I've got here, you'll see these new ideas in full detail at this time. So even at the start of the month, there is something about creativity, seeing something in a lot of fine detail, and because we're going to have a lot of planets there in Capricorn around the time of this full moon. So you're seeing something in a lot of fine detail, and this thing that you're seeing could be something that brings in money, if not immediately, down the track type thing. So that's pretty exciting there. Now, 17th Feb, we've got a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius, Dhanisha Nakshatra, in your 12th house. So it's like your spiritual side is about to be rebooted. We've got a Papkatri type effect. We've got Mars in Capricorn, and then we're going to have Saturn in Pisces on the other side of where all the activity is happening with the eclipse there in Aquarius. So there's a squeezing effect happening on that eclipse. It's very intense. But I actually, do you know, I'm feeling into the energy. I don't know, it feels okay to me. It feels quite good even, because I've got Venus and Mercury there, and it's quite creative and arty, and I love all that. So yeah, I'm liking the energy of this, but equally I'm also saying to everybody on the 17th of Feb, if you don't have to do too much, don't do too much. It's going to be good to not do as much. There on the 17th of Feb. I've got here, it's a good time to reflect and meditate I've got here to meditate and reflect on all things that you are ready to let go of and move beyond. If there are internal dynamics, patterns, psychological habits, things that are going on within that are holding you back, this is a time where you can break free of all that completely. I've got here, completely new energies will come into your psyche and being at this time. Yeah, and it does feel like, could be like, I'm sort of just also getting something about like your 7th chakra is just getting a total renewal. It's that kind of thing. It's like that place within you where the really high, fine vibrations first come in. It's like that area is getting a reboot. Any old debris, any old energetic debris can just be eclipsed out, and you will come out feeling so fresh. That's what I'm looking forward to from this eclipse. Yeah, I'm going to just going to turn this off. I'm kind of excited about this eclipse because I think it's going to be a big one, but also I'm a little bit wary as well because of the Mars and Saturn either side. It could be very intense. So let's pray that everything's going to be all right. But I think energetically this is like it's also a solar eclipse. It's all happening on the Rahu side. All the planets are on the Rahu side. So there's something future focused. People can be jumped forward. So, and I've seen that happen now in so many of my clients' lives, that they felt really behind. And for many years they were just chugging away and nothing was happening. And then, you know, something happens with the planets, and then they're on a new platform, they're on a new plane, they're on it, like they've been jumped forward. And they're kind of almost grateful for that long period of time where they were just chugging away and not much was happening. You know, it's like they look back at that time realizing that all of the expenditure of that time was building this new thing, that they just get jumped into that new thing. And yeah, I see this in my clients' lives. It's amazing. And very often these things are connected in with planetary, you know, the jumping bit, you know, and that it can be an eclipse. But what I've seen is, particularly when Saturn is well placed to give you good stuff, that's where I see he catches people up and brings them up to speed and gives them, you know, yeah. You get what you know you're due type thing. Yeah. It cut out just as I was about to say goodbye. Well, Pisces and anyone who's watched the whole video, thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I think I will do a Mercury retrograde breakout video, so that should be coming next, but we'll see. Yeah, I've been so busy on Patreon. There's a lot happening there. If anybody wants to come on there, you're very welcome. I have been doing channeled messages lately, so hopefully I keep getting time to do those. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time.